All right, what's going on, guys? My name is Roadkill, and I'm a bit late, but today I just wanted to react to the Season 8 patch notes for Marvel Rivals. I haven't done this in a while. Me and my friend were trying to coordinate for a while. It just didn't work out. Just a bit of combination of laziness, I'm not going to lie. But outside of that, let's just get straight to it. No need to waste any time. Ground shaking, Rival Season 8 is here. King of Monster Kingdom is finally stunned at the battlefield. Double Dinosaur is busy tearing up frontline. Okay, yeah. All right, let's see. Reduced Banhammer, healing provided from 50 to 25. So they cut it in half. That's a lot. Dual Desert Eagles, 36 to 34 standard, and 42 to 39. I mean, that's a 2 damage difference and a 3 damage. It's not the worst in the world. And number two, I play a little bit. I'm still I don't play Tank Deadpool much just yet, but when I do play him, I don't use the Banhammer, so this is irrelevant for me. But I know for a lot of people, this is how they climb the whole Banhammer, and then shoot the person and then you just do it on like a support, and then you win the fight. That's gonna so not being able to heal or stay alive as much is gonna hurt some of these Deadpool players. With this, it's just like I see a lot of people saying it's a really big nerf. It's not. It really isn't. Like, how do I say this? Usually someone who is going to die to a 42 damage shot would have also died. If their health is low enough to die to 42 damage, they're going to die to a 39 damage shot, like, generally speaking. And I know it's a breakpoint changer, damage boosts, whatever, like healing, like counteraction. Maybe that extra 3 damage would have been the difference maker, but for the most part, like, it's gonna feel slightly worse, but just hit headshots. Yeah, I don't really see how this, like, Deadpool is probably gonna be like A plus tier. I never really agreed with him being best in slot. I can see the argument for it, but it's just anyways, let's just continue. White Queen's getting an upgrade, yada yada. Telepathic pulse fall off. After not hitting an enemy. I don't even know what that is, so I'm not even gonna. I'm guessing that's her shield. Yes, that's her shield. So she'll just be able to just move it wherever she wants, whenever she wants. A bit more flexibility. Increased damage, and that's gonna be really annoying for trying to catch her off guard. So increased damage reduction gain from diamond form. Oh, so they increased her damage reduction from 20 to 25. And her ultimate. Okay. That's pretty good. That's I'm pretty sure like they had nerfed it from 25 to 20, so they reverted that change. Sure. Like, I think Emma's going to be extremely annoying to fight for any melee character. She was already 25 is it's a bit, and it can be the difference maker when it comes to like fighting her. She's just kind of like, she's really good into brawl, and I think Devil Dinosaur is going to probably push us into a tank heavy brawl meta. And I think Emma's just going to do really good in it. Increase the thing's health from 700 to 750. I mean, for the purposes of brawl, that's going to be okay. But just when he's getting shot at by just Punisher or Phoenix or whatever. So I guess this isn't a buff for that purpose. This is just yeah, frontline brawls. Okay. Yeah, just for the sake of like during a brawl, he is going to be a bit more oppressive. They're closing in on 1,000 health. So yeah, I think we're going into a very between these two and Devil Dinosaur, I think we're going very quickly into a brawl tank meta. Jeet Kune Do hits reduce cooldown of Dragon's defense by 1.2 seconds, up from 1 second. Oh, how much faster he gets his block. Okay. I didn't know that was dependent on his punching. Okay. Kunlun kicks first strike from 35 to 40. I'm guessing that's a spin kick. That's fantastic. Into a bit too pressure for turning off, and slow effects for boosting direct damage. 65 to 70 remove movement speed direct reduction, so he cannot slow people anymore. Charge time for each has been reduced from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. I don't know very much about Mr. Fantastic. I'm not going to pretend to know the intricacies of his kit and how that's going to change or whatever. He does more damage and has less crowd control. They reduce the energy of his ultimate. Not entirely too sure how much I like them doing this type of stuff, considering we just got out of a patch where they raised up the cost of everyone's ultimate. But it is what it is. Reduce Moonlight Hook cooldown from 15 to 12. Just be a bit more mobile. I don't really see, like, when people want to kill him, I don't think these 3 seconds are really going to make the difference the vast majority of the time. Obviously, there's going to be that one time out of 100 where it, like, oh, I got it 3 seconds early and that's the reason why I lived. But be more mobile, able to reposition more often. It's more of like it makes his kit less clunky, as far as I can tell. This is another one I saw. I actually cannot believe this. Increase direct hit from 50 to 55, but reducing the explosion damage. So in theory, this should be kind of like a rework or whatever, but doesn't it take 3 hits? It takes 3 hits to trigger the explosion, right? On a single person. So that's an extra 15 damage from the direct hit and -5 from the explosion, right? Yeah, 40. So it's an overall net buff of 10 damage. So like they buffed the best DPS in the game. I don't really. Maybe Black Cat's better. Like people said that about Elsa. I still thought Elsa was better. Fake's no longer one shot with single mark direct hit from ultimate. I don't know. I just think this is just an overall net buff. Yeah, I don't like this change, but you know, I haven't played against Phoenix in like in months. I just ban her on a cooldown. But anyways, increase spectacular spin damage per single spherical spell. Oh my gosh. Say that 5 times fast. Spectacular spin damage per single spherical spell field from 13.6 to 15. So his ultimate. 4-8, they increase his. Why not just say that? We increase his damage from 408 to 450. I know like all the specifics are important, but man, maybe lead with this part. Reduce cooldown on Mammal Bond. Isn't that where like she eats the nut from the squirrel? She eats the nut from the squirrel, and then she can reset her cooldowns faster. That'll just increase her uptime. Not the worst in the world. Squirrel Girl might be pretty necessary now that Hulk, Venom, and I'm guessing that, like, I haven't played comp yet because I like to avoid first weekend players. But I'm guessing Devil Dinosaur is pretty strong right now. And so I'm guessing there's gonna be a lot of triple tank or even just double tank with just ridiculously high health pools. And Squirrel Girl's amazing against Venom, amazing against Hulk, and I'm gonna guess she's gonna have to be amazing against Devil Dinosaur. Yeah, my friend was celebrating 40 to 50. That's gonna. One thing I noticed is that when watching my friend play is how often people get away from him with and health or whatever. That's just not going to happen anymore. He's just going to get a whole lot more finals without having to resort to his spin. So that's pretty good. Cooldown, driven feeling factor, 105 to 90 seconds. I'm going to be honest, they could have probably gone to 80 seconds. I'm not entirely too sure this is going to make much of a difference for Wolverine. I think he's good as a... I play Rocket, and other than that, it's just tanks for me. Angela, Thor, Tank Bull, and I'm going to be picking up Double Dinosaur. That's 4 tanks, so I have every reason to be biased. Like, if you're going to increase the amount of time he's going to be able to be, like, active for, you know, by essentially giving him his second life a bit more often, I think 80 seconds could have probably been better. But, you know, buff's a buff. Reduce Invisible Woman, reduce physics push from... or psychics push. Probably psychics. No, physics, yeah. From 12 meters to 10 meters. Or push from 12 meters to 10 meters. So she has less range to push you from, which might get me some more kills on Magnetos and stuff like that when I push them into my team. And damage from... Who cares about the damage? Who is dying to... If you're... Who's dying to the push? Like, genuinely. Anyways. I got less damage. Increase Illusion's missile healing ratio from 90% to 100%. Okay. So his clones do 100% of his healing, while they do 80% of his damage. Okay. Increase the cost. Yeah, I ban Loki every game just because, like, I don't even fear Gambit anymore, but I have to ban Loki because I don't fear Gambit. I fear 2 Gambits because it's not just that they have 2 Gambit ults, it's that the 2 ults feed off of each other like a wheel, and it's 2 ults that are pushing everyone's ult charge forward. You can't have Gambit in the game because then Loki's in the game. If you have both of them, the enemy team just has more ults than you. This doesn't really... I'm still going to be banning Loki just because double Gambit sucks to play against. Reduce allies inspiration damage, reduce allies. Oh, so they reduce their damage from 12 to 8. That's a 33% decrease. 4, 8, 12. Yeah, that's a 33% decrease in damage. A flat 100 movement speed boost. I wish I knew what a flat 100 meant, but I guess we'll just see it in game eventually. Also having conventional damage buff capabilities, then just cover a more unique functional niche. Doesn't Ultron also give movement speed? I don't really get what they mean trying to make her more unique. Ultron gives movement speed, right? It's 10% movement speed, some amount of healing and damage. Now she just 100 movement speed must be just like ridiculous compared to how like 10% that Ultron gives. Rocket Raccoon, I have seen this and I'm super happy about this. I really do. Like, I saw this, I was like, oh, they're finally gonna give him his mobility back because we're in such a heavy dive met. Yeah, 1 second. Okay, there we go. I was like, oh, they're finally gonna give his they're finally changing Rocket. I really hope they're gonna give him back his dash is number 1, his wall crawl number 2. There's so much dive and hyper mobility characters in the game. There is no excuse for saying, oh, I just can't catch the Rocket. I mean, like, you can't catch him on Spider-Man, on Daredevil, you can't catch him on Angela, you can't catch him on Black Cat, you can't catch him on Iron Fist. That sounds like you just suck. But it wasn't. And so I was just hoping they'd give him back his mobility, but they just don't. And so they give him more damage. This is the worst mistake they ever could have made. I was already shredding all tanks. I did the calculations already. So 720, he was doing something along the lines of like it would be 1440, right? Per clip if he hits all body shots. An additional bullet per projectile would be additional 45 damage. So 720 plus 45 would be 765. Um, that just means a lot of tanks are gonna die. Venom, and it was necessary too. Like this is Venom has a lot more health. The Thing has a lot more health. The Devil Dinosaur, like it's just a damage power creep. This is a buff for his tank shredding capabilities, but this is like a massive like I was fighting DPS before on Rocket. I don't know how much of a chance a Spider-Man has because usually between me and Spider-Man, whoever wins in the fight is this close, this close. Additional 1 damage per bullet. I don't know if Spider-Man has a chance. Good for me. Like I'm not mad about it. Repair mode charges from, so he has more healing orbs. Reduce the cost of, okay, cool. This is good because Rocket at the start of the game, his whole identity was that his ult came before anyone else's or any of the other supports, and usually any of the other DPS or whatever, just because of how much healing he was doing across his entire team. But so he would get it so fast, and you just put that thing down, and usually your team just walks forward, and like the enemy team just dies because they don't have any ultimates to counter yet, and they can't back up fast enough. But then his ultimate cost got raised so much to the point where other supports get their ultimate usually at the exact same time that Rocket does, which means you place your ultimate down. They usually have Cloak ult, they usually have Invis or Luna or whatever, and it's just like your teams usually don't have the coordination to focus the one healer. But him getting it slightly faster, you should more often be able to just throw that thing down first. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just like first fight, like you win the games most of the time off the first fight. So off the first fight, I'm just going to try and get this ult as quickly as possible, whether it be from damage or healing, and just throw this thing down. Well, let's check out White Fox. It increases healing amount provided by the surrounding aura during her Fox form awakening. Wow, this is just, there's a lot of words. Increase the healing, Fox from awakening. Is this her ultimate? Or her melee form? Reduce the burst healing granted by each successful attack during Fox from awakening from... That White Fox's healing output in Fox from awakening state was too high when continuously attacking enemies, too low when able to maintain targets. Slightly lowers her intense burst healing when spamming attacks, and significantly boosts her passive healing aura when no targets are available. Okay, no, so this is her melee form because Miho Unleashed is her ultimate form. Okay. So then, okay, let me reread this then, now that I understand. Increase the healing amount provided starting 25 to 35 per second. So she just gets more passive healing. I don't know. What? So she just gets more healing for free. Reduce the burst healing from each successful attack from 35 to 20. So they switched it, I guess. Attack enemies but too low. They'll deal with main targets. Or intense burst healing when spamming attacks. Okay, I guess I can see that. I mean, like, I play Thor and Angela, and so with those two, I usually just beat her up anyways. But I can see how, like, other characters with maybe lower health pools might have a problem. You know, and characters who don't generate their overshield off of attacking, like Thor and Angela do. I think the Thing does too. But yeah, someone like Iron Fist or yeah, Daredevil does it too. I don't think Daredevil's having very much trouble fighting the White Fox, but sure. Ninetales healing can unleash. Increase the blessed by the 9 healing to allies. Oh, okay. So our ultimate's a bit better. I guess, but it just I don't know. I'm just not a fan of Ultimate at all. So I don't think it's too good. You just like can destroy a bit too easily. But that was the patch notes. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know you guys already watched this already. But I wanted to start posting again, so I thought this would be a good place to start. I'll see you guys next time.